for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And tipping us off here, a terrific performance of the national anthem. We'll be right back with more. Hold on tight and don't go away.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, good to have you with us. Tonight the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Portland Trailblazers at Moda Center. For Portland, they won their last matchup, that game against the Thunder. That game a high-scoring affair. We'll see if this one turns into a shootout as well. And we'll be seeing Josh Richardson, second-round pick who's developed into one of the better two-way wings in the game, Shaq.
Yeah, he's starting to get comfortable in that lead role. The team believes in him, and they're pushing him to seize the opportunity.
You know, as a scorer, he's great when he gets his open looks. I'm telling you, this guy really worked hard on his ability to create, too. I do like Josh Richardson.
And the game just about ready to start. We send you to Kevin Harlan for the call.
It's Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. We take a look at the 76ers. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum.
And right now for the 76ers, they had pressure on them coming into the season. A lot of people were picking them to have a special year, and they haven't shied away from that pressure. They've embraced it.
It's a great point, GA. I think every great team welcomes the challenge of trying to be elite, and they want to do it on a nightly basis.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, Joel Embiid and the Sixers have been through a lot in the last 5 years. At the beginning, there were so many losses on and off the court. But trust the process became a mantra, one that Embiid embraced. He said, I think a lot about what I went through, how it prepared me to be a better man. I really feel like I'm the process, and the process is about me. Kevin, the process has turned out quite well.
Thank you, David. Even this early on, Brent, have you been on teams where you just knew changes were coming down the road?
Yeah, most of that, Kevin, I think happens because of internally what's going on with the team. Yeah, on the floor, you're going to see guys operating in the offense, playing pick and roll, but
it's behind the curtains where you begin to feel, right?
Good executives and good coaching staffs understand communicating to the people in the front office to say, hey, if we stay this way, our potential, instead of growing, is not knowing how low we're going to go. So we need to make some changes.
Oh, look at the 76ers starting group. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Hood in at the 3 spot. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
Now here's Richardson. Pass to Simmons. Clock at 6. Feeds to Embiid. That one drops for him.
And passes like that demonstrate the winning mindset Simmons has. A guy that wants to get his team involved.
Here's McCollum. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Here's the pass to Lillard. Launches a 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a 3-point game. Richardson outside. Back to Harris. Over McCollum. Harris misses. And so just over a minute and a half played. Hood against Simmons. Nurkic the pass to Collins. The dish now to McCollum. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Harris. And yes, it's good.
Tobias there taking the contact, still leaning with it, scores it.
Looking at the Trailblazers, they took the last win in their last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Lillard, and there it is for him. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Simmons looking it over. Harris dishes to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Well, for Tobias Harris to take this step, getting away from scoring and finding teammates to become a more adept passer, that's good signs.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Now McCollum. Back to Nurkic. Fires for 3. He can't get it to go. 76ers trailing. And Harris wide open. He shoots again. Philadelphia.
Working tirelessly on the stroke. Tobias Harris trying to find consistency with that shot.
Lillard outside. Back to McCollum. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. One on Richardson.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And the Blazers with Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. 2 6'3" guards, Brent, in the backcourt. Some overlap, perhaps, in their skill sets. But do you like their fit?
I do like their fit, and by all measurements, Kevin, they seem to be overachieving every year. You have that kind of stability with McCollum and Lillard, and what it is that Terry Stotts has done with this ball club. That's something that the Portland Trailblazers fans are very comfortable with, having these 2 guys out there to lead them just maybe one step further this season.
And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
And so McCollum nails both of them. And that mid-range jump shot discouraged for many players, but not for C.J. McCollum.
I love the way that C.J. can just wind his way to spots on the floor and speeds up when he wants to, not when the defense is asking him to.
And stolen by Harris. Goes up on the wing. Richardson, no luck.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Lillard from outside. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. 76ers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Inside, here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
I love how Simmons sets the floor. So good at spotting his teammates for high percentage shots.
Lillard outside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Damian Lillard and his commitment to not only the way that he wants to play and wants to improve, but his commitment to Portland and this city and this franchise has been nothing short of remarkable.
Brent, you think about Lillard's value not just to the Blazers, but to the entire community of Portland, Oregon. Outstanding.
Always great, Kevin, to see a superstar take it off the floor and want to make impacts in the community. Lillard has been amazing at the job that he's done here in Portland and has stayed committed to where this franchise wants to go and trying to bring a championship to the Northwest.
Free throw good, Damian Lillard.
And for a guy who entered the league as a terrific free throw shooter, Damian Lillard is now among the elite of the elite from the stripe.
Good on both.
Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
Now here's Richardson. 14 points from him the last game against Minnesota.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Portland trailing here. Brent, you talk about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players, bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the 76ers. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
And Hood with the basket on the assist by McCollum.
Yeah, Hood hustling and running the floor so well in transition.
The 76ers trail by 3. Here's Simmons. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Lillard against Simmons. To the middle. Here's Collins. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Whiteside's checked in. Looking at the Trailblazers, they took the last win in their last game against Oklahoma City. Passes it to Harris. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. A different look now for Portland. Pau Gasol has checked in for Zach Collins. And it's Hezonja in for Rodney Hood. Here's Thibault. 5 on the clock. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
As soon as Whiteside positions himself, he just spikes that one away. It's like he's playing beach volleyball.
Here's McCollum. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And stolen by Lillard. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
The 76ers trail by 3. Pass to Embiid. Here's Thibault. Back to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Simmons against Lillard. Pass to Whiteside. Back to Lillard. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. For Philadelphia, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Here's Thibault. No points in the game yet for him. Horford. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Portland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Hezonja. Here's Whiteside. Another shot, and it's sent back by Horford.
Well, a level of engagement that Horford brings on the defensive end every night is impressive. Terrific block there.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. With social media, extended TV coverage, lots of distractions for these players, Brent. But some do a terrific job of blocking all that out and keeping their focus.
I think the roles and responsibilities of teams is changing around exactly what you're talking about, Kevin. You have to have people within your organization that help these players understand where it is that they have to focus most. And that is your job on the floor. And so really good organizations are educating the players on that. They're not just relying on the agents or outside sources. Teams are trying to get in there and impact guys at a young age to make sure that, as you said, that noise is not part of their beginning part of their career.
Can't make it a distraction. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Bazemore is checked in. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Well, 2 seasons ago, the Blazers were swept in the first round, and something in the scarring of that kind of outcome has stayed with them, both Terry Stotts and their starting backcourt, to kind of fuel their fire to make the type of strides that they have in the past couple seasons.
Now here's Lillard. 32 points for him last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him. And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And Brent, for the Blazers, the continuity has been part of what's made them so good, and that includes keeping Terry Stotts as their head coach.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about Terry Stotts being the 4th longest tenured coach in the league. This will be year 8 for him in the Pacific Northwest. But this group is very tight. They've got great chemistry. They run a very unique offensive system, and there's definite buy-in here in Portland behind Terry Stotts.
And he makes the first. Simons, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. Burke hits them both.
You go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons, where they've placed in the Western Conference.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Well, you know, Brent, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Blazers front office, continuing to fortify this roster with under-the-radar acquisitions.
Interesting adjusting around a couple of albatross contracts to now have a team that's capable at positions that a lot of teams are trying to fill. That's the wing position.
Here's Simons. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Joel Embiid. Great showing for him last season. 2nd in rebounding, 4th in scoring, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And looking back at last season, his complete dominance on the boards to rank number 2 overall. Absolutely remarkable. The first free throw is good. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Embiid. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers, trailing by 2. O'Quinn the pass to Thibault. And it's blocked.
Sensational coverage by Bazemore there. His length makes him a threat to always be able to block shots like that.
Scott kicks to Burke. Just 5 to shoot. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Burke's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting looking a little out of sorts early, 37%. The pass to Whiteside. Pass to Simons. Takes the three. He can't get that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Philadelphia shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. He's off on the first. Brent, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but
right.
you know the role that he had for the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely, from year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. And now here's Hazonia and a missed layup.
That was a clever move to try to lose the defender in midair there, even if he didn't knock down the shot.
The 76ers have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. Free throw drops for Ennis. He's perfect from the line this time. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first. Bazemore passes to Simons. Outside Gasol. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. One-on-one fast break. Shoots from 12. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Well, they came into that game looking to be physical, looking to control the boards, and they succeeded.
Well, the last time it was about feeding off of the glass and getting rebounds to ignite the offense, and that came up big for them. Great opportunities to get out and run.
And that one's good. Burke.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And it's blocked by O'Quinn.
You saw that.
Now here's Burke. 6 points for him. He kicks it to Ennis. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. And Whiteside sends it back to the inside. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And this is the final year of Kent Bazemore's 4-year, $70 million contract.
Well, some great timing for Kent Bazemore to become a free agent, part of that 2016 kick-up in the salary cap. And Bazemore, a really interesting addition to this Portland team, as he is a guy who can get out in transition, shoot the three, and finish around the rim. Switchable defender. He's a great addition for what Terry Stotts is looking to do here.
The free throw dropped for Bazemore.
And really, it's hard to guard a guy like Bazemore because of how high he can get up. His athleticism is just boundless.
To the paint. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
For Portland, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
Shoot 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
That one misses.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's Thibault. The wing jumper off target. And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers out in front, up by 4. From Portland, we're back in a moment. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, you know, people are going to look to you first. You know, they're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So I think it's just a balance of those two things, you know, being willing to be that guy and being excited about it. I think you got to have fun with it.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
And so in the game for the 76ers, we've got Kyle O'Quinn. Ennis out there with Mike Scott. Then there's Trey Burke. And it's Thibault in at the 2-guard spot. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin, J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Now, here's Bazemore. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Here's Burke. Portland making their last shot. O'Quinn, the pass to Scott. Good work defensively by Gasol.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Thibault, the pass to O'Quinn. Here's Thibault. Will it go? Rebound by the Trailblazers. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
Count that one. Lasagna's got 7.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The 76ers trail by 14. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Whiteside. Collins comes in for Pau Gasol. And Hood subbed in for Mario Hezonja. Richardson, he's checked in for the 76ers. Simmons comes in for Trey Burke. Now here's Ennis. Nurkic with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Here's Hood. Doesn't go that time. Simmons with the defensive effort. Out to the right wing. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Scott. Just 5 on the clock. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. In fourth, the Trailblazers.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
And the first one at the line is good. Some changes for Philadelphia. Horford comes in for Scott, and Tobias Harris subbed in for James Ennis. That misses, so he splits the free throws. The 76ers trail by 15. Harris inside, covered by Hood. Al Simmons, he picked up 18 points in their last win against Minnesota.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. 76ers getting the bucket. The feed to Hood. Offside Collins, and stolen by Horford. Now here's Simmons, guarded closely. Dishes it to Horford. And the rejection by Collins.
Good job, Collins inside, quick off his feet.
Feeds to Nurkic. Over Quinn, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game? The Bosnian Beast making a name for himself.
You wonder, with Nurkic last year getting hurt, just how much further the Blazers could have gone. Again, carried by C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard, their unbelievable dynamic duo at the guard position, but the defensive anchor all year long had been Nurkic.
Richardson, no luck. And here's Portland. A 14-2 run over the last bit. The drive by Nurkic. Some solid defense from Harris.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The offensive rebound. Portland leading by 16. Simons, the pass to Hood. Here's Bazemore. Unable to get that one. Good work defensively by Horford. And with their high-powered back, Brent, Nurkic providing the Blazers with that sorely needed paint presence. He is a big body.
Big body who sets screens and frees up a bunch of room for those guards that you mentioned, Kevin. But the interesting thing is about all the dirty work that Nurkic can do down low for this basketball team, picking up 10, 12 points in the painted area, putting a lot of pressure on the defense.
For 3, Harris. Offensive rebound, Richardson.
Richardson playing with boundless energy, great at going into the physical defense and drawing the foul.
Well, last season, Josh Richardson just exploding for the Miami Heat. Brent, as you know, he was their top scorer.
Well, he's a great three-point shooter. The 3-and-D aspect is what drew the Miami Heat coaching staff to what Josh Richardson was capable of doing. Now he's going to do that in Philadelphia.
First one falls for him. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Simmons against Lillard. Put on the wing. Pass to Nurkic. 6 to shoot. McCollum kicks to Collins. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so Simmons will bring it up for the 76ers. It's a 14-point game. Count that bucket.
The attacking mentality of Josh Richardson right now, proving once again how tough a cover he can be.
Now, here's Lillard. 9 points in the game so far. Nurkic, the pass to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Hood gets the bucket.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking a page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
Here's Richardson. And there's the pass to Simmons. With the floater, and he lays it up and in. Simmons got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And Simmons is so deft with the floater, freezing the D completely.
Lillard, right side, passes it to Nurkic. Down low, and stolen by Richardson. Nurkic with the steal. But oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Lillard against Simmons. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Now Lillard just a menace when he's driving inside. Forces the D to act, which is why he gets those calls.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
The free throw drops for Lillard. Both free throws good from Lillard. You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple of years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue and continue to grow.
First free throw is good.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
And Al Horford drops them both. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package. And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Al Horford with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 12. Inside, here's Harris. Happy to see that one going after missing 6 of his 9 shots today.
Not much you can do defensively. When Tobias is covered, he's still finding ways to score.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Pass to Collins. Over Simmons. Portland no good that time either.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Collins kicks to Nurkic to the paint and stolen by Richardson. Harris no good.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Hood finds Lillard. Nurkic with it. Now defended by Embiid. And Hood the bucket on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Now here's Simmons. 6 points for him. Nurkic with the block.
At 7 feet tall, Nurkic, not easy to get around. That time throws that one away.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Whiteside's checked in for Portland. Izanya comes in for Rodney Hood. Embiid dishes to Simmons. Pass to Harris. Back to Simmons. And the pass to Thibault. Puts up a 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists here tonight.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 11. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Pau Gasol has checked in for Portland. Trey Burke's checked in for the 76ers. The 76ers trail by 9. Passes to Simmons. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on Damian Lillard.
Oh, no answer for Simmons, a tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact. And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
And that one misses. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Now here's Burke. He has 6. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. Back to Burke. Kicks to Embiid. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 5th rebound in this one. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
Shoot 2.
That one is off. And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position.
You just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
And for him, that is an ugly trip to the line. Rarely do you see him do that.
Second shot opportunity, and it's blocked by Whiteside. And now Portland on the break. McCollum with the ball.
Now McCollum a blur that time in transition. A quick-footed guard who runs the floor like a gazelle.
There's 1:38 left here in the second. Burke with it. He's got 6. Pass to Scott. Outside, Simmons. Shot clock at 2. Here's Burke. A new 14 for the 76ers. Portland leading by 9. And stolen by Burke. And 1:01 left in the second quarter. The 76ers with another miss.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Gasol. And the rejection by Embiid. Whiteside, no good. The 76ers have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
The free throw drops for Embiid. And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
Now here's McCollum. He kicks it to Lillard. And here is Hazonia. 6 on the shot clock. A 3 from McCollum. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. At one point, they led by 16. Lillard outside. Back to McCollum. Wants to get it back to Whiteside and does. Can't connect from short range.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Trailblazers lead by 7. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Terry Stotts. Coach, what has gone right for your team so far?
Well, we've got a lot of energy. Getting stops and getting runouts is the biggest difference.
And that gets your guards involved early in the offense. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 11 points, 4 assists, and also 3 steals. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Hood in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That'll be his second foul of the game. The 76ers trail by 7. Now here's Richardson. Outside, Simmons. Clock at 6. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 7. McCollum kicks to Hood. And it's off from three-point range. The 76ers shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. And here's Harris from the arc. The shot off that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. Embiid against Lillard. Hood. Some solid defense from Harris.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Richardson outside. That's tipped. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here.
And looking now at the numbers for Lillard, he's coming off an excellent season, putting up about 26 points per, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Embiid.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
Halftime talks can go all over the board, but right there coming out, that's the way you want to start the half. Be aggressive.
It's good. And it's 6 points for C.J. McCollum.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Out to Harris. Lets the 3 fly. They get the rebound. Lets it go with the 3. Goes up again. Here's Embiid. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, the defender all over it. Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall. All the skill in the world and a personality made for stardom.
You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. McCollum against Richardson. McCollum deciding where to go with it. And it's Hood in the corner. Out to the wing. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Shot by Collins, no good.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
They get it again. Here's Horford. And it goes down 2 points.
Al Horford still brings such a great, consistent effort every night there with the second chance opportunity.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Tries again. Here's Collins. Good D by Embiid.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and continues. No, that just happened. Another reminder, Kevin, that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
The 76ers trail by 6. Outside, Simmons. Here's the lob for Harris. It's deflected.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Hood dishes to Nurkic. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Philadelphia's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Simmons against Lillard. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Simmons.
And when Simmons is inside, forget about it. He uses his skill and smarts to take advantage.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Bazemore's checked in. Pass to Nurkic. The pass to Bazemore. 5 to shoot. Back to Nurkic. It's deflected.
Hard-nosed defender and Josh Richardson using a little bit of that length from the wing position to deny that one.
Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. Second, Joel Embiid.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
There's so much inside of Josh Richardson that is yet to be tapped into. An athletic shooting guard who can play both ends of the floor.
And Richardson drops them both. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. Bazemore on the wing. Passes it to Collins. And it's sent back by Horford. Now the 76ers on the break. Richardson's running. With a tie. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Portland leading. Here's Hood. He's got 8. Here's Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
He's just such a dynamite scorer, and for 82 games of a regular season, Lillard's in attack mode.
Philadelphia's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Simmons inside. Covered by Lillard. The baseline J. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Pass to Bazemore. Outside Hood. Back to Bazemore. Over Richardson. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Simmons. Harris has got it all tied up now for Philadelphia. And the Trailblazers shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Pass to Nurkic. And they call an illegal screen here.
Looking at some numbers for Simmons. Last season, he played outstanding. 6th in assists, 15th in field goal percentage. and he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And his floor awareness was impeccable last season. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists. Just does a great job of getting everyone involved. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Now the pass to Collins over Horford, and Philadelphia grabs the miss.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Harris, it's good. Harris has got the lead up to 2 now for Philadelphia.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Whiteside's checked in for Collins. Hezonja comes in for Rodney Hood, and it's Simons in for Kent Bazemore. Here's Nurkic, and it's sent back by Horford. And here's the fast break. Scott leading the way. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. And that will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Basket counts.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Outside, Simmons. A floater. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. At one point, they led by 16. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And the 76ers making a change here. Ennis is checked in. And the free throw, no good. He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And Ennis drops them both. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Lillard, the pass to Whiteside. Back to Lillard. Over to the left wing. And Nurkic, the bucket on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Now Simmons, he's got 12. Out left to the wing. Here's Thibault. Outside for Simmons. 6 to shoot. Over Lillard. Another miss by Philadelphia. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. The lead is 2. Simmons against Lillard. Shots good by Simmons. Simmons got 6 points in the quarter.
I just love the heart of Simmons. Doesn't matter what the D throws his way, he's still able to complete the play.
Simons, the pass to Nurkic. Simmons against Lillard. Pass to Simons. Launches it. Offensive rebound.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
Philadelphia has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Scott. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. A different look now for Portland. Saul comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Anfernee Simmons. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Burks is checked in. Good on the second free throw. Lillard with it. He's got 15. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Stolen by O'Quinn. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Trailblazers shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. And here we go. Fast break. Burks got it. Scott, good. Scott's got the lead up to 3 now for the 76ers.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now flow.
Over in the corner, Gasol. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Burke, the pass to Thibault. 1:33 left to play in the third. Pass to Burke. Lets it go from deep. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Lasagna, the pass to Whiteside. The stupendous finish in traffic. Whiteside's got 4 this quarter.
You have to do a lot of things defensively to prevent Hassan Whiteside from scoring. He is just an Adonis out there. Look at that body, and still gets those shots to go like he did there.
Kicks to Scott. Here's Thibault. No good with the triple. Portland leading. And it's McCollum off the drive. Makes it off the glass. McCollum's got 8.
Well, he's just so good as C.J. McCollum at when to put the ball down on the floor and penetrate to the inside.
51 seconds left to play here in the third. Thibault, the pass to O'Quinn. Here's Thibault. He's got 7. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, A lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
Pick up the pace, get the 2-for-1 here.
Be smart, but execute at the same time. Let's see what they do.
They need this. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Gasol's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Here is Lillard. He's got 15. McCollum outside, from outside the arc, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And it's an 8-point Portland lead.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen to Coach Brett Brown.
It's going to take everything you got to come up with balls so that we win this game. Right? Anything loose, any rebounds, guards, you got to rebound.
Demanding an all-out effort from his guys.
And Kevin, it's got to be a gang rebounding approach, just like he was talking about. They need every board they can get.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. We've got Ennis. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Scott. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Thibault in at the 2. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And Gasol gets it to go.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Thibault, the pass to Richardson. He kicks to Ennis. Just 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Portland grabs the miss. Lillard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Portland leading by 10. It's McCollum on the wing. It's Hezonja in the corner. Again, the Trailblazers score.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Richardson the pass to Thibault. Richardson against Lillard. Now here's Ennis over Hezonja. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Now McCollum. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Richardson.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
He misses the free throw.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today. And unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
Rodney Hood's checked in for Hezonja. No good on the second free throw.
Whiteside's experimented a bit with his free throw shooting throughout his career, even trying jump shots from the free throw line. So still trying to find the magic recipe to be more consistent.
Harris against Hood. And Simmons kicks to Scott. And Whiteside sends it back.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
The 76ers trail by 12. Richardson with it. Good work defensively by Lillard. And here's the fast break. Here's Hood. Here's Gasol. The pass to Hood. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. That's 10 points for Rodney Hood.
Yeah, shots like this are going to really help Rodney stay in a rhythm.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Back to Simmons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The first pick in the 2016 NBA draft, Simmons has been a phenomenal addition to our league.
And he can't get the first one. Zach Collins checked in for Portland. And the 76ers also making a change. Horford's checked in. And he's good on the second. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Up and in on the layup. Lillard's got 4 this quarter.
Nice awareness from Whiteside there, understanding where his teammates were on that possession.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Simmons. And again with the rebound. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass.
Here's McCollum. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And the 76ers call time here.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
The 76ers trail by 17. Outside, Simmons passes to Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Awesome seeing Richardson get a little tricky with the ball. Some fancy moves there.
For Portland, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Left side, Hood. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Philadelphia shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Pass to Harris. Richardson outside. Shot clock at 6. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Richardson shooting it now from deep. Good touch on the long ranger.
Lillard against Simmons. Lillard left side and stolen by Horford. Here's Harris. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 16th rebound on the night. Tipped away. It's stolen by Harris. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his 5th foul.
And that's 5. One more and he'll be disqualified. Got to be more careful.
Much better job of just taking care of the basketball, really putting the onus on the defense.
Pass to Lillard. Kicks it to McCollum. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Something sapped them of their energy defensively since halftime. In the first half, out there scrambling, running, hustling. Since then, not so much.
Harris outside. Stolen by McCollum. Embiid against Hood. Over in the corner, Lillard. Back to Hood. He dishes it to McCollum. To the inside. Embiid with the steal. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back. Finished off the break. Simmons got 9 points now in just the second half.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Hood on the wing. Fires it up. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 6 assists now in the game. Here's Simmons. Floats it up for Horford. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
That's a big boy basket from Horford. Fouled, but still got it to fall.
And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Horford. Trailblazers leading by 13. Here is Lillard. He feeds it to Whiteside. Collins wide open. He fires. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Balance, such a key to consistent shooting, and Collins shows it there.
Simmons against Lillard. The feed now to Horford. Portland grabs the miss. McCollum right side.
Well, McCollum is pretty deft at changing speeds, and that time he did it driving to the rim.
And the first one at the line is good. And so McCollum nails both of them.
The 2013 draft comes up, and the 10th pick is announced as C.J. McCollum out of Lehigh. And a lot of people said, who is this guy? Not a lot of people say that now, Kevin.
Simmons left side. Back to Richardson. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Simmons against Lillard. Feeds it to McCollum. Down low. They get a hand on it. Fades back. Right side. No good. The 76ers trail by 15. Up the floor. Horford gets the bucket.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's McCollum. Now Lillard. Here's Whiteside. Kicks it out to Lillard. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Lillard's got 6 points in the quarter.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
Richardson the pass to Simmons. Hood dishes to Whiteside. Here's Lillard, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Here's Simmons. teardrop shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Simmons got 19 points.
And Simmons really using his insane athleticism on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who really carves up the defense.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside.
And guys, it's been a rugged brand of defense he's played. I don't know why they keep taking the ball at him. It seems like every time they have, he's come up with the rejection. And with every block, he's only gotten more and more fired up.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play. And this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. We'll see if they were listening, guys.
They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Here's Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. Embiid knocks it loose. Simmons with it. There's the dish to Embiid. Harris outside. 6 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Good on the triple. 16 points for Joel Embiid.
Well, not known for his passing, but Harris is pretty prudent there with the ball. Not a lot of careless turnovers from him.
And there's the pass to McCollum. And it's Hood in the corner. Whiteside, and Whiteside stays right with it.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Simmons passes to Embiid. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 12.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing.
Oh!
No way. Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Yo, check Simmons.
Simmons against Lillard. Simmons passes to Embiid. It's not going to go for him. Now Portland takes it the other way. And it's McCollum off the drive. And he gets the bucket. And the Trailblazers lead by 16.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game. But once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And Simmons kicks to Horford. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And rebounds again.
Collecting yet another board.
He's been everywhere. Just sensational.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. And do we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. You know, we got a little more physical. You know, we did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.